This AI tool lets you create impressive games like the ones you are seeing right now using just a few text prompts. No coding or programming skills needed. That's why it's often called the ChatGPT of game development. So this platform is called Astrocade. And as you can see, what you're going to be finding over here are basically some of the games that have been created using this AI tool, and you even have your own button here to start creating your own game. Now, what I want you to see right now are some examples, okay, that have been created 100% using Astrocade AI. As you can see, the final results are pretty interesting and much better than other platforms that you may know or used. It's actually a full game with a whole collection of mechanics. And that is actually that, a full and complete game that you can publish in some platform. Once again, with no coding or programming skill. It is as if you were just writing and sending messages to ChatGPT or any other AI, and automatically all these things are going to be added. Of course, we'll see this in a second. Also, something pretty interesting about Astrocade is the fact that they have their own Discord server that you can access by clicking on this Discord icon in their website, and basically here clicking on accept invite, in which, as you can see, they have more than 20,000 members. And of course, in all of these text channels, you get to chat and share stuff with other people that are also interested in AI and more specifically about Astrocade. So how exactly are you able to create your games with this AI tool? You go over here and select create your own game, and over here you are automatically scroll down until here where you basically write your initial prompt. Okay, so here we have some examples: an action game where I fight and anything that you would want. So actually here let's wish for anything that we want. Of course, let's just start with something very simple, and from there we'll start adding different things. So in this case, I will write something super simple, such as a 2D platformer game in which the player is, let's write over here, an animal, in which the player is an animal. Okay, so let's start just with this and let's see what we end up having. So let's press over there where it says wish, and wait a second, so you can see in a matter of a second we already have something here. And if we wait a couple of seconds, okay, until this progress bar finishes, we're going to be having what we want. And also something pretty interesting that I've seen over here is that, well, you have like these progress reports over here, and also even some tips. Want to make your game more fun? Try adding interactive elements. So not only do you have the introduction, the instructions kind of implemented, but also you have suggestions on what you can wish next. Because the only thing that we told here, the AI is to just, okay, create a 2D platformer, so it should create just the player moving around maybe, or even some platforms and stuff. So even you can see here how we have now a new background, some stuff over here, so pretty interesting. So we have a carrot counter, and a player avatar. So once again, pretty interesting everything that we have over here. So your wish is almost granted. All that's left is write a bit of code. Well, we have the suggestions. So for example, place carrots around the level for the rabbit to find. So once again, pretty interesting the fact that you always have like maybe a path to follow on what to do next. So we should place the carrot. So as you can see with the left click, I can place this carrot around. You can even delete, copy, flip, make them go back. So pretty interesting everything that you can do. So let's create a copy of this one, and I don't know, let's put it over here, and let's grab this other one and maybe over here. So as you can see, I am not coding anything, so quite interesting. Let's now also grab the carrots counter, and let's put it maybe over here at the very top. And now let's press play. Okay, so we move with WASD, it seems. Yes. Okay, so pretty interesting that we also are a rabbit right now. We can jump with the space, so pretty interesting. And well, we can collect here the carrots, so it seems that it's counting 3 of score every time that we collect a carrot, so pretty interesting. And they are even automatically responding after a couple of seconds. So of course we can edit this and tell the AI to do whatever we want to do. So let's go back to edit over here, and once again we can request to do more things. So let's now ask this AI to add some platforms and also a hazard. So let's just get this creative sometimes, telling the AI, okay, at the hazard, okay, what hazard do we actually want? We would have to think, oh, we want here to be maybe another animal that moves towards us. You can be more specific, but this is just a test. So let's see actually what the AI can come up to. Sometimes this can work pretty well, okay, as you may know. And sometimes when you leave the AI get creative, sometimes it doesn't create what you were initially thinking of. So let's give it a second. And I also personally like a lot like the user interface, how everything's kind of animated. Those are just small details, but that also make the development experience maybe better, smoother for just a beginner, okay, that maybe is not so confident about their skills and they want to start off with something. So all these animations, I believe, that also contribute to that interesting user experience. So we have a moving platform, which is this one. So this one should be moving around. This one is completely static. And then we have this hazard over here. Okay, pretty interesting what the AI came up to. So yes, everything should be good. So once again, let's create here a moving platform. So I would love to know how this exactly works. So if it moves like side to side or how. So yes, exactly. So check how in a second everything is now working. So what I will do is to close this panel and I will move, okay, here with the mouse wheel, holding it down and moving it. As you move in mostly all game engines, if you have experience with them. So let's put this platform maybe over here with the carrot also over there. This one is a static platform, so maybe let's put it over there. Okay, just to test something. And let's select this one, copy. Let's put another one maybe over here, but let's also put let's close this one so that I can move. And let's put the hazard over here, okay. I believe hazard doesn't move, it's like static, or it should be static. And now let's also add here a couple of platforms, okay, so over here. And what I want to do is to add another hazard, but let me stick them up together a little bit more, something like that. And this one in the middle, okay. So this is a pretty simple level that we would be able to have. Now let's the player be there, and let's now copy this carrot, put it over here. And well, let me continue copying and pasting these carrots a little bit more. Maybe something like that. It's gonna be fine. And now let's play, okay, and let's see what we end up having. Okay, so we can move around. We can collect this carrot. Okay, we have the counter over there, remember? Okay, there we go. Let's move over here. Let's try to get into this moving platform. There we go. There we go. And as you can see, even the AI has implemented a health bar. So pretty interesting that, well, if we collide so many times with all this, well, basically the game would end, or we can tell the AI, okay, once the player dies, add the UI or whatever. As you can see, in a matter of what, 6 minutes, we now have mostly like a finished game or something that we can start creating. Okay, let's do something else. Just the last thing, that tell the AI not to respawn these carrots. So let's wish for the carrots should not respawn. Okay, so let's send this, and once again, wait a second. So now here it is telling us that our wish has been granted. So now when we collect our carrot, let's say if it's not respond after a couple of seconds, and it seems that it isn't. As you can see, with just a text prompt, we were able to fix that, and with a few text prompts, we were able to create something that, as you can see, is working flawlessly. So this is all. Create your first game in under 5 minutes. Head to astrocade.com and see how easy it is. Link in the description down below.